Hey there, everybody. Welcome and thanks for joining me. Let's be honest, most of us didn't leave teacher training for Pilates with a system that really helped us with our class planning. We may have gotten ideas of how to string together a few different exercises or what connects to what, but really a true class planning system is difficult to find in many teacher training programs because that's not the intention of the teacher training program. It's really to teach you about the exercises and the system as a whole. So if you feel like you don't have a class planning system or you're plunking exercises together, not really sure if they're working or not, just know that you're not doing anything wrong, that you may just not have been taught how to create a system for putting together classes for your Pilates. But there's probably a better way than just guessing or plunking things together, crossing your fingers and hoping that it works. So let's look at what strong, effective Pilates classes always include. There are 5 key ingredients that make up a true, fantastic Pilates class, whether it's a private session, a semi-private, or a group class. These 5 key elements will ensure that your classes always hit the mark on a positive note. So welcome. My name is Ginny Massie, and I am a Pilates teacher, educator, and mentor, and I'm so excited that you're here. So let's get into our 5 key elements. Our first element is a class theme or focus. So that's element number 1. You always want to ensure that your classes have a theme, a focus, or a purpose. What does that mean? Well, you can have a theme around a body part or an energy or anything else that really draws your attention. Currently, right now, my themes for my classes are my moon cycle Pilates. So what is your theme? Is it a time of day, an energy that you want to set for your clients? Is it a specific body part? Or is it maybe an exercise or a theme that you are building into? So knowing what your purpose for class is gives you a purpose for planning, but also it gives your clients a purpose for sensing their movement within the class. Sometimes I share the theme with my clients and sometimes I don't. And you have that choice as a Pilates teacher as well. You can choose to share the theme with your clients at the start of class or at the start of the week or start of the month if you have a longer theme. And the clients at some point should be clued in to what the goal of the classes are, so that way they have a chance to choose if that's a theme that they want to continue learning about or implementing into their body. And really, clients should feel what the goal is. So even if you don't tell them, they should feel it in their body. And that's when you know that you've really hit the mark in your class planning. Let's look at key ingredient number 2, and that is to have an arc to the class. Every class should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Now, it doesn't mean that it has to be a true upward and downward trajectory, like as if you were on a roller coaster. Some classes feel like that, but some have a bit of a bumpy ride throughout. But there's always a beginning, a middle, and an end, no matter what. So classes are kind of like stories. There's an arc to it. And if you don't plan your class with that arc theme throughout, your clients might feel like the classes are hodgepodge, not quite connected. They actually don't often know how to put their finger on it when classes don't have a true arc like that. They just know it doesn't really feel very good. So if you've ever taken a class like that yourself, you know what I'm talking about. So planning your classes, really make sure that you have a good warm-up, a good beginning to your class, something intentional in your warm-up that connects to the middle part of your class. And then in the middle part of your class, is that creating the meat of the program, the tying back to key number 1, tying into your theme or your focus. And then your end of your class. Are you able to finish class in a way that really helps your clients integrate everything that they put together through the beginning and the middle. So how do you finish class? How do you end class? Can you help them integrate that into their body from the class itself, as well as then transitioning out into their daily life as soon as they leave? Because you're not able to go with them. They have to take this information with them. So that is key ingredient number 2. Have an arc, a beginning, middle, and an end. Let's look at key number 3, which is to have a logical progression of your exercises. So not just random exercises or putting things in because that's what you were told to do, but to really think through your progression of your exercises. Do your movements really elevate in challenge level or complexity? Or do you just throw things in because you want that there, right? So thinking through how exercises are connected one into the other. And if you're not quite sure what I mean, maybe take a larger scale exercise and look at the elements of it. What key ingredients do you need for this larger scale exercise? Now, I don't mean the most advanced exercise you could ever do possible, but what I mean is for the level of your class, what would be an advanced exercise for that level of class? So beginners obviously would have a different advanced level exercise than your advanced level class. And look at what do they need? Do they need certain elements, certain mobility, certain strength factors, certain awareness? And that is your key to then step backwards just a few steps to say, okay, what can I include earlier in my programming to help them prepare for that advanced level class? So this is what I mean by your logical progression. Sometimes we start at the beginning for our class planning when really we need to start at the middle or the end and work our way backwards in order to build up to where we want to go. So always ensuring you have a logical progression in your classes will ensure that your classes really hit the mark with your clients because they're getting everything they need to build into those key moments of strength, power, mobility, whatever you are looking to integrate for them. Next, let's look at key number 4, which is flow and transitions. When you have flow through your classes, which comes through many different forms, but a key way to find flow is through your transitions. How are you changing positions for your clients? Sometimes that depends on what equipment you are using or working with, right? So planning through your transitions is a part of your class planning. Are you using a prop in your mat work? How should they integrate the prop? Where should they place it or put it when they're done using it so it's out of the way for later? Or let me say this differently, so that it's out of the way and doesn't get knocked around on the mat, or that it's in a place easier to grab for later if you're going to grab it back in. Now, if you're using equipment, how are you cueing transitions to get from up to down to left to right to box to springs to headrest, all of those things, right? That's with the reformer. But what about with the tower, changing of your springs, how to stand, move, right? Are you cueing those transitions so that way the class has flow in between exercises rather than a staccato, sticky stopping point where we lose that concentration from our clients if we don't give them those transitions. So that is our key number 4. Let's move on to our last key ingredient, which is adaptability. Even the best class plan needs room for flexibility, right? How many of you have created a class plan and as soon as you walk in, you've had to throw it out the door because somebody walks in or something happens and it doesn't work? It's happened to me. I know it's happened to many, many, many of you. If it hasn't happened to you, it will soon. So that's just part of the adaptability that we need as Pilates teachers, instructors, is to have a class plan available to us for our thinking brain to know what we're going to teach and then be able to adapt in the moment. So who is in class? What is happening today? How can you make tweaks or or changes to your class plan that really help your clients feel seen in the moment, heard, validated in what they're going through, but then also empowered to move through whatever is happening in their body or mind or spirit that day, right? So adaptability means a couple of things. Sometimes it means changing an exercise completely. Sometimes it means changing your whole class plan. Sometimes it means just adapting the exercise or a series to those in front of you. Maybe it's an individual or a group of people. But sometimes adaptability also means creating space. Creating space with your voice, with your words, allowing your clients to adapt the movement into their body. Sometimes they have to filter it through their brain and it has to come down into their body in order for them to really embody that movement. So, does your class plan have enough space to where it's not go, 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 but your clients have time to think about, process, and implement what they are learning? So adaptability can take on a couple of different features. So knowing if you can shift in between or throughout your class is really a key element as well. So these are your key elements for class planning. We have your clear theme. That is essential, number one. Your beginning, middle, and end, or your arc to the class. We have your logical progression. That's a key ingredient. Your seamless transitions, and then creating room for adaptability. Those are your 5 key ingredients to include in every single class. Now, if you weren't aware of these before, that's okay. Now you know. And when you can include all 5 of these in every single group class, private session, semi-private session, any way that you teach, you are always going to make sure that you are hitting the mark for your clients. Awareness is always the first step for change. So if you're not sure if your class plans are really hitting the mark on all 5 of these key ingredients, I created a quick little download for you to use. Here's a quick little sneak peek, and that is your Anatomy of a Great Pilates class plan. If you want to get this download, go ahead and drop class plan in the comment section and I will get a copy off to you. It's free. You don't even have to add in an email or anything. I will send it to you right away, and I would love for you to check out your class plans, think them through, and see if you are adding any of these elements. Which ones are you really good at? Which ones are you not sure if you're doing, and which ones do you know for sure have been missing completely, and how can you add them back in? So it's a great one-page checklist for you. So class planning is just one of the foundational pieces that I include in my full program, Class Design Superstar. In there, I walk you through exactly how to create class plans that save you time, deliver results for your clients, and also help reflect your true teaching voice. And so that is what is included in the full Class Design Superstar. But for now, I want to say thank you for joining me today on what to include in your class plans. And next time, come again next week, where we are going to be talking about cueing and why saying less might actually help your clients land the information more in their body. Thank you for tuning in today. Make sure to like and subscribe if today's video was helpful. And if you'd like to learn even more ways to level up your cueing, programming, and client connection skills, check out my online program for Pilates instructors, Class Design Superstar, with the link below. See you next time.